I hope you're really into skateboarding because we have a lot of skateboard partnerships right around the corner. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, hit that like button, and click the bell icon to make sure that you're always up to date with MetaZoo news. Kicking us off this week, Mike invited everybody to follow his personal Instagram account. So if you want to follow his Instagram, the link for that is in the description below. Andy announced another staff birthday this week for Logan. And Andy said that he went from a coconut farmer to a free-ranged hermit crab breeder to working on each and every card for MetaZoo. He even went as far to name him a mechanic legend. So Logan, happy birthday to you. We also got a small tease for something that I don't expect to see until the end of this year. It would seem that Andy and Mike are both snowboarders. The board seen here is Mike's personal board with the set symbols and cards inlaid in the center of the board. And Andy also showed us this prototype of a chaos board, which I assume is his board. It is interesting to see them talking about snowboards this early in the year. By the time that these would be manufactured this year, the snow would be gone. So we likely won't see these until late fall to prepare for next winter. And really, they have until the 2026 Olympic Games to produce these anyway. We got to look at a second box art for the native booster boxes. The art on this one is similar to the pack arts that we saw last week, so it does confirm my theory that the 4 backgrounds of the pack arts are also going to be the backgrounds of the 4 booster boxes. And I'm not quite sure which indigenous tribe is represented exactly on this box art. My best guess from what I could research might be a Navajo rug. We're just 2.5 short months away from native being available to us on April 1st, and it's now going to the printers. Given the timeline for native and the printing schedule, I would imagine that we are going to see spoiler packs at the water tower. The MetaZoo dad and the MetaZoo mom had tremendous news this week. They pulled a bronze ticket. This event marks the 4th ticket being pulled from Wilderness. We've seen 2 gold tickets, one of them pulled by Hyperbole, a partner store. And we've now seen 2 bronze tickets. If you want to get the rundown on the MetaZoo dad and the MetaZoo mom's ticket pull, you can watch the interview that Tyrannotessa held with them right up there. So congratulations to the MetaZoo dad and the MetaZoo mom. HiroQuest 2.0 has begun shipping this week, and some people have it in hand at the time that I'm recording this. We've seen a few of the hits so far, with notable ones being a new Hero card. And this time, Hero's taking on the traits of one of the factions, Diasos. Hero costs 5 neutral, has 100 LP, and if you control 3 pullet rings, he has the Destroyer trait. This hero, mixed with the hero from HiroQuest Genesis and the Black Pullet Ring, can make for a really strong HiroQuest spellbook, and I'm really excited for the possibility of HiroQuest specific spellbooks. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be viable at this point, but with HiroQuest 3.0 coming out in the summer, and plans for more HiroQuest sets after that, it's going to become more and more viable to make a HiroQuest spellbook, especially when you consider that the HiroQuest Genesis hero reduces the cost of beasties if they're from the HiroQuest set. And another notable card that we've gotten a look at from HiroQuest Remix is Death. And this Death is just a jacked up version of Grim Reaper, similar to Grim, where Grim is 9 dark aura and cannot be reduced in any way, and it has to be dark aura pages that contract it. So it's going to be incredibly hard to get this Death card in the arena, especially when you consider that Hero from HiroQuest Genesis cannot affect the cost of this card. I'm excited to get my HiroQuest 2.0 in hand. I should be getting it within the coming days, and I'll open it on the channel. We've gotten a few more tidbits about towers. We do know now that there's going to be exclusive plushies at each tower related to the aura of the tower. So for the water tower, I expect that we're going to see a Loveland Frogman plushie, or possibly Agua. And the reason that it could be Agua is if we look at the water tower promos that were teased to us, front and center we have the water tower, which features Loveland Frogman. It's a 100 LP artifact tower with a power called Refresh that allows you to bookmark a page. And this is huge. It's an artifact. It'll be in the arena. It has a ton of LP, and you can get an extra bookmark every single turn, similar to Loveland Frogman's ability. Couple that with embedding the soul, and you have a beastie tower that's hitting for 100 damage. And it's only a 2 cost. So this card is useful on its own for the bookmark, but in an embedding the soul deck could be incredibly powerful as well. Now, if we look at the 3 pages behind the water tower, we can see Agua is on all 3 of those pages. Most notably, the last page is a Chibi Agua, and as the LP of the cards increases, so does the age of the Agua. Now, if we look back to the tease for the Cosmic Tower promos while the tower is being constructed, that is basically what the 3 cards in the back here are for the water tower. The LPs are increasing, the age of the Agua is increasing, so this is the tower being built over time. It's unclear what the power of the 3 tower promos are, but We'll be finding out soon enough. On top of that, the last tower update that we got this week is that there's going to be an exclusive top cut playmat featuring Loveland Frogman and Mishipeshu. It's unclear if this is going to be top 32 or top 8, but it's going to be exclusive. And for the weekly trivia, we need to resolve last week's trivia first. The question last week was, of the status effect indicators in MetaZoo, how many of them come off at the start of turn? And the answer is 3. Frozen comes off at the start of turn, Burn comes off at the start of turn, and Poison comes off at the start of turn, 3 turns after it was placed. This is another week where only one person got the answer correct. Many people answered 2 and had 2 of the correct answers, but only one person answered 3, so Clarky McClarkface, you are getting this week's $15 gift card to Immortal Workshop. For this week's question, name a water page which can deal damage to stone-skinned beasties. Answer that question correctly and you will be in the running for next week's gift card for $15 to Immortal Workshop. Now for this week's top story, we've gotten a lot of details about Bear Walker over the last week. We've already seen the Loveland Frogman board. We talked about that in last week's weekly update. And this week we got to look at the Piasabird board. Now this deck, much like the Loveland Frogman deck, is just gorgeous. It has Piasabird busting out of the deck, breaking that fourth wall, if you will. And beyond Piasa, you can see flames in the art of the board. On the Bear Walker Instagram, we got to look at a bottom of a board, which is speculated to be the feet of Wendigo. This was later confirmed by MetaZoo on social platforms such as Twitter and Instagram, when they said that we already had a look at Loveland Frogman and Piasabird and mentioned that we've had a glimpse of Wendigo. And to take that further, we've seen 3 of the promos for Bear Walker. We've seen the promos for Loveland Frogman and Piasabird, which will be their Cryptid Nation equivalents. And we've seen the promo for Mothman, which will be the Nightfall equivalent. We haven't seen a Mothman board yet, but this is confirmation that we will be seeing one. And looking at the bottom corner of these promos, we now know that there's going to be 10 decks with Bear Walker. We know what 4 of the beasties in this set are going to be so far. I'm excited to learn what the other 6 will be and what sets they're going to span. From the 4 that we know about, we know that it's going to include Cryptid Nation and Nightfall, but could this lead all the way up to Seance? We don't have a release date on this drop yet, but I imagine it's going to be very soon with everything that we've seen so far. And it was confirmed by Mike in the Discord chat that these boards are going to run $250 for the promo and board. At this time, it's also unclear if it's going to be a blind box drop with redemption similar to Revive, but that is most likely the case in my opinion. If you didn't catch last week's update where we go over all of the tower updates, you can catch that right over there. Thank you for watching this week's weekly update, and I'll catch you in the next one.